In your command phase, so one of the abilities till you assign next command phase is more as that ability. I think it used to be battle round, right? Chapter approved tournament companion.
£3.
Ricky
Chapter
Ewan.
approved tournament companion.
What's in the tournament companion, my friend? Is it big? Chapter approved tournament companion. Yo, the cowards. Cowards! Cowards! What the fuck? Oh my god, Games Workshop are actually cowards. Why? They've banned challenger cards. Actual cowardice. Actual peer pressure. Read the primary mission. The primary card, it determines when you can score victory points. You may also add additional conditions to the battle. You can also score victory points by secondary mission described later. Twist and challenger cards will not be used. Actual cowards. They've got rid of challenger cards in match play. I think this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is pure peer pressure. This is pure peer pressure from people like Art of War. No, the issue with 40k is the second turn issues. Going second is far too strong, and challenger cards merely added to it. Were they broken? No. They've been out, like, what? A month? 2 months? When did they launch? Was it end of June? They've been out for 2 fucking months and they've already backpedaled them. That is ridiculous. That is actually a joke. So what is new about the mission pack this season? Attempting targets back. That's it. Oh yeah, we got display of might. Fucking hell, cool. Fucking hell, what is going on? This is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is because people kept crying that they lost by 3 points and they had a challenger card. And it's not that the fact that they scored 18 points on turn 5 because they went second. You know? Not addressing the real issue of scoring 18 points turn 5. This is actually stupid. I could just run my Pariah Nexus deck. 25 quid for a deck of cards. What I get out of it? Display of might. And some of the cards say end of turn instead of end of next turn. I am actually flabbergasted, bro. I'm actually fucking... I'm like not surprised, but also at the same time, actual cowards. That is pure peer pressure from their inside circle, clearly. Oh my goodness. Oh my actual goodness. That's so dumb. The issue with challenger cards, and I've said it on stream before and I've said it on stream again, the issue with challenger cards is they are added on top of primary and secondary. They are a completely separate scoring mechanic because you can score max 50 on primary and max 40 on secondary, and then you're going to get 10 for being painted. That's your 100 points. Challenger cards are added on top of that, okay? The challenger cards are a mechanic that are designed to let you play catch up if you're falling behind. However, the issue is when you are falling behind, a lot of the time you're falling behind because you're going second. And the reason you're falling behind because you're going second is because the opponent who went first had more time to get onto the objectives. However, come turn 5, your counterbalance of that issue is to score lots of primary because because you went second. You can score at the end of the turn rather than start of the command phase in the final turn. It really changes games every time, okay? Now, challenger cards are added on top of that. If they just made them part of the primary, okay, if they managed to score loads of primary last turn, they might cap out at 50 if they have already scored challenger cards on the way up. If they make them part of the secondary, you might be able to max out your primary, but you won't be able to max out your secondaries, or at least your secondaries, if you're not scoring so many, will be bumped up by challenger cards. The issue is that if you're going second, you can score 50 points on primary and an additional 12 points from challenger cards for a total of 62 points. Added in 10 points for painted, that is 72 points, and now I only just start looking at how many secondary points I've got. Issue isn't challenger cards, it's how they're added onto the score. It's fucking dumb. I'm just editing this, and I know that the final argument, or one of the arguments that I missed in this initial rant here, I have made the claim before, where someone will say, well, with challenger cards, if you're going second, you can wait for your opponent to score secondaries, and then you can control how many secondary points you score to guarantee yourself a challenger card, and then you can keep drawing challenger cards and then score loads of primary at the end. And the key point of the issue with you bringing that up is that last sentence of score loads of primary at the end. This is all fixed. The challenger card problem is completely fine and works perfectly well if they aren't added on to the score at the end. If they just make it part of the primary, just please, the Lord God, make it part of the primary, and that will fix it. Or just do something. Banning it is cringe. Oh, God. And the reason for saying make it part of the primary is that the problem is that you are scoring a bunch of challenger cards and then loads of primary at the end of the turn. Either do that or make going second score primary at the start of the command phase, not the end of the turn. That's the issue. So you can't have your cake and eat it if you're going to add challenger cards in this way, in my opinion. Actually, Dom, I can't believe they've charged £25 per player to the tune of tens of thousands of people to then go 5 people online didn't like it, let's bin it off. No, that's fucking dumb. That's actually dumb. Maybe they should have waited till next week. What's the point? What's the point in buying a deck? It's just a reprint of the last one now. Let's just reprint the old one. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I've paid £25 for 9 extra new cards that are actually new. And now they've gone, yeah, they're fucking, no bother me. Do not buy Games Workshop printed materials. No, don't fucking bother. What's the point? What's the point? I just think that is pure cowardice. Pure cowardice from a minor bit of backlash. Rather than going, hey, actually, challenger cards are a much better system than the last systems we had to try and make the game a little bit more fair when there's a whitewash. Why don't we look at how they're added onto that score so people who are on the top tables can't abuse them? No, I'll just bin them off. I'll just get rid. Fuck them. Fuck it, we ball. Thanks, Jack Harpster got my new cards back. His entire argument, his 45-minute rant, is a rant about challenger cards, but it's wrong because his entire 45-minute rant can be completely disregarded if you go, don't you think that's a second turn problem, not a challenger card problem? There is some truth to his argument, but it's not, oh my god, challenger cards are broken. It's going second is extremely strong, and challenger cards only tip the scales further. Let's not address the issue. Let's just take the icing off the cake, you know what I mean? Fucking morons. Absolute morons. He's right, but he's wrong about why he's right. Exactly. I think Jack's a lovely person, okay? I think Jack's a lovely person. I just think that 45-minute rant about challenger cards is completely misplaced at challenger cards and not at the second turn issue, where the fact that you can score max primary usually quite consistently just by going second. Like I've shown before, I lost my phone. Like I've shown before, my win rate from going first is like, I have that stat to back it up. From, you know, it's like, it's not even like, oh, going second seems strong. It's like stat wise, a lot of you can go on your tabletop battles app, my Goonhammer, love Goonhammer as well, and you can go, show me my win rates for the past decade or whatever. Whenever you start using the app, you can use it for each mission pack. And you can see every time the going second will, by and large, be higher than going first. Because going second is stronger. Now, you can literally, statistically, lose the game by deploying an army and then rolling higher than your opponent. And it's not challenger cards' fault. It's just going second and scoring all your primary turn 5, or their primary turn 5. You can lose 20% more times by rolling higher than your opponent at the start of the game. But no, challenger cards are the problem. I don't know why that's made me so mad. I think it's because of the caving, you know what I mean? It's the instant caving to a mechanic we've had for 2 months tops, if that. You know what I mean?